and a long dead corpse. I can't sleep, this kind of thing gets me down. Don't say you walk, I may lose my fear. Myself in this honesty, I could lose myself in this honesty. I read all sorts of things, there's so much to learn. I've seen the hand that rushes in as they rush over you. I could lose myself in this honesty.
Can you hear me? Is that any better? That might have fixed it. I do. It's every time I have an issue. Is it okay now? Oh, sorted. Cool. Yeah, it's annoying. I either have to unplug the webcam, put it back in, or have to tinker around with the settings, change the drivers and stuff. So annoying. But there now anyway. Yeah, bit of a late one today. No, that's cool. That's fine. I was a bit busy with the kids and stuff. Let's send the invite out. Let's get rolling out quick. Let's get it going. Let's get the stream underway. Is the waxed here? Not a chance. Not a chance. You don't have to worry about that. It won't show up here. It's the anti-wax zone, this is. What's to talk about? Got a new chair. That's about it, really. Haven't brought any vinyl. None this week. Did anyone participate in the Amazon sale recently, or the HMV sale? Anyone have a look? Buy anything? Where did I get that CD shelf from? I bought that on eBay. There's a seller on eBay, and I brought it. It's an excellent shelf. I brought another shelf quite similar to it, and it was nowhere near as good as this one. So I just broke that one up. Eventually, anyway. I did, but nothing for me. How much? Oh, I think it was in the region of maybe about 80 quid. About that. 80, 90 quid. And I should have brought two. You know, there's a thing with furniture. You buy the one and you go back and look for the same one and you can't find it and you need another one. It's you know, it can be a pain getting the same sort of one you're after. I bought this other one about, I don't know, maybe another year after I bought this one, and it was crap. It's absolute crap. I bought cube storage for my vinyl before, and it was on Argos. I was getting this stuff, this furniture, and they literally sold out of a particular colour I was buying. So I ended up giving that to the kids. I think I put some of it in my daughter's room for her so she can put stuff in it, and end up buying whole new furniture of a different colour which was available, just so I could have what I wanted in the right colour. So yeah, that is annoying sometimes when you're buying furniture and they either stop producing it or they sell out or you can't get a certain colour you're after. You have to sort of max out everything you need and get it all in one very quickly when it comes to, you know, record storage. I find buying furniture and stuff like that. Rather than get it in like one or two bits, get everything in one. Because if you leave it too late, it's bound to sell out and you can't get what you want. Got a brand new monitor. Brand new PC monitor. And I've been busy connecting all the computers and all my video game systems up to it. I think I need to get a new camera or a new microphone, one of the two. Although I could get a camera and I can still have problems with it, you know, there's no guarantee that it'll be fine. You're right, Jason.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Yourself?
Yeah, right. A bit like the sweaty, as you know, but not surprising.
It's been a warm one.
I got me walk again tomorrow, so I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, because if it's anything like this afternoon, it's going to be too hot.
Yeah, it was hot. Yeah, I'm all
Yes.
sunburned.
I went into town, had a look around, but it was anything that I sort of really wanted.
Right.
Nearly. I'm still sort of two minds about it. I nearly picked up Dummy by Portishead on vinyl.
All right.
Yeah, I do like the album a lot, but you know, you sort of when you got it on CD, it's like, do I really want to double up?
I
Do I
tend
need to? Yeah. If it's a band I really like, then I do. You know,
Can you record
without
it?
any
Can
question.
you record it to your computer? If you
Oh
get
yeah,
it?
yeah. But you know, it's it'd be if they had a special edition or something, then I might be more inclined to buy it.
Yeah.
You know, for like some extra tracks or like demos or something.
Where was this then? What, second-hand record shop or?
No, this is Vanillo down in Southampton again.
All right.
Their second-hand bit wasn't open because apparently they're short-staffed at the moment. I was going to wait around for it to open at midday, but it was getting too warm, so I'd just rather get home and, you know, veg.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a shame because they do get some very good deals.
I'm going to pop into Brighton next week and have a look.
Oh,
Have a
yeah,
look
yeah.
Yeah. I've been there in years.
Which one's that?
Brighton.
Oh, Brighton, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I did go down there with a mate a couple of years back. I didn't really think anything much of it. It's all right, but it's a bit overhyped.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
quite-
it's nice down the seafront and all the rest of it and whatnot. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's as good as it used to be.
No, I mean, I don't know what it was like in its heyday, so I've no idea. I've only ever been down there once.
Yeah, it's quite different. But
Yeah.
the roads are really crap down there. They're all one-way streets and things. It's really congested.
Yeah,
It's always
I can
been like
imagine.
that, but I think it's just got worse.
I did wonder what it would be like for record shops now, though,
I'm sure they got quite a few of them.
because they got that little bit. They got that little sort of street, haven't they, where it's got tons of like obscure
The lanes.
curiosity shops and that.
It's called the lanes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Brighton Rock. I might do a video about it actually. Just go down to some of the shops, maybe film a bit of where they filmed Quadrophenia down that alleyway. I might.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair play. Yeah. So you haven't done a sort of a video for a little bit, have you?
I do one every week. Every Monday.
Oh.
Yeah.
I must have missed it then. Oh, I know what I did. Sorry, me being an idiot. Sorry, I clicked on the thing. I didn't click on the video section itself. So it's showing something from still 3 weeks ago. I was like, what?
I would say, yeah. I normally put out a video on Monday and do a live stream on a Friday. So there's a bit of a gap there,
Yeah. No, it's all right. I've got loads of videos to catch up with anyway because I went away to my folks for a bit, and I've been catching up with making stuff, and then of course watching everybody else's stuff. Yeah.
Yes, the UKVC.
Not really much going on this week. It's been a bit sort of sedate.
Yeah.
Did the stream, what was it, yesterday and that, which was, it's kind of fun.
Been busy at work for me, delivering loads of Amazon stuff, which they had that bloody Prime sale, didn't they?
All right, you ordered quite a bit, did you?
No, I didn't. Other people. I've been delivering
stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right, Marty. Ray.
I've got
Ray. Dave, pickup artist.
Hi, Dave.
Never heard of Brighton until 1978 when Queen's Live Killer came out.
Well, to be fair, when I've mentioned Southampton, a lot of people didn't know where it was. They had no clue.
Fatboy Slim was from Brighton, wasn't he?
I don't know if he's from Brighton, but he certainly played a lot of he did Brighton Beach a ton of times, didn't he?
What's that Brighton band? There's been a few Brighton bands over the years, isn't there?
Oh, good grief. Now you're asking. Off the top of my head, I can't think, mate, I'm afraid. Sorry. I can have a look if you want.
So I'll have a look.
Okay. Maybe it'll jog the old brain cells, as it were. Probably some I know.
Brighton bands. Let's have a look. The Kooks are from Brighton. The Levellers, that's what I was thinking of. The Levellers.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, some of their stuff's all right. I don't mind them.
There's quite a lot of bands, but I've not heard quite many of these.
No. I got a thing I'm probably going to make. I haven't done one in ages, sort of like a reaction video. And it's 50 of, I think it's something like 50 of the most weird band names
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I had a look at the first couple and I thought, can I get away with this? Because some of them are really dodgy. So some of them might have to, what should we say, be blurred out or cut out. I say, yeah, I'm not touching that one with a barge pole sort of thing. Brian May 77, blooming heck.
Wow.
I actually, I think Brian May was involved in. I've been watching, like, go back to my childhood. Don't know if you remember a show called Starfleet.
Starfleet. Nah, can't say I
No,
do.
it was like a Japanese puppet thing, a bit like Thunderbirds, but it's more set in space. And they got like giant robots and all the rest of it, and weird monsters, and yeah, it's a bit weird because one of the guys looks like this 12-year-old kid with bright ginger hair and looks like he's wearing a duffel coat, which is weird in itself. And then you got this princess with this big sort of furry monster thing that looks after it like it's nanny. And it's going back and watching. I liked it, but Brian May did. I don't know if he did the original thing, but he certainly did a project based on it. And it's got him. I don't know a lot of the musicians, but it's Brian May and friends, and they got Eddie Van Halen's on it.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
He's not really a guy that interests me very much. I mean, I like Freddie Mercury, Queen, but like,
yeah,
Brian May years and after, just just not interested.
He's a good guitarist, but that's about all he's got going for him. I don't think he's got much of a personality, has he, really?
Is this what's left of the UKVC? Are we the remaining few, Jason?
UKVC. Famous last stand. No, I you got to remember, it is sort of like summertime, so I expect there's a few people away on the holidays and stuff. And does everybody necessarily want to, late evening, sit in front of a computer on a mic when it's hot and sweaty?
No, it's the sort of time now where with the live streams they ease off a bit. Even Ian was saying,
Well, there wasn't that many people on the other night, really. It was about 5 of us, I think.
It does quieten down at this time of year in live streams.
Yeah. I mean, YouTube in itself, I find, people don't frequent it quite so much. I mean, you wait till August, and there'll probably be hardly anybody about.
Yeah, it picks up sort of as the evenings get darker.
Yeah.
As we get nearer to Christmas, things pick up a bit. People are indoors a bit more then, aren't they?
Yeah. But it's all right. We managed, don't we? By and large.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said to Michael, whether he recovered from last week's shenanigans. It did help us out a bit there. If anyone's got a subject they want to bring up, then by all means say so. I'm sure we can have a good natter about it. It's just,
Rachel's still got ancestry linked to Liverpool. She's got ancestry everywhere, hasn't she? You name it, she's got ancestry. Liverpool, Manchester, Ireland, all over the UK, all over the world, in fact.
Yeah. Well, I've when anybody says that, I don't doubt them because, you could well do. I've certainly got connections to Scotland because both sides of the family were from up that way, and there's supposed to be I don't think it's a castle in the strictest sense of the word, and what's left I think is mainly ruins. Well, there was supposed to be a Clough Castle somewhere up in Scotland.
All right.
Yeah, we found that out. We're supposedly, I think it's quite tenuous, but it's like I don't know, 27 times removed or some nonsense like that. We're supposed to have some connection to Mary Queen of Scots. But one thing I do know that is definitely a relative of ours, a distant cousin to my granddad, is old Neil Armstrong.
Oh,
Yeah, my gran had a letter from him. I wish we
yeah.
could find it. I think my sister had it and then she lost it, of all things, when she was younger. I'd love to have that. So because people do doubt you, don't they? When you say, "Oh, you got this person, that person that might be connected with you,"
Yeah.
they sort of like, "Oh no, you're just making it up or whatever." And I did have genuine proof, but let's say you can't find it now. But somebody's got to be related to him, haven't they?
Yeah, I guess so.
So I think that's about it with my family. I don't think anyone ever did anything overly much, should we say.
Mm.
But it's funny how they, both of my folks, the main side is from the old West Country now. That's where they were from, growing up in around Exeter way.
All right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like, all right, my lover, and all that malarkey.
My father, he did a family tree
Yeah.
years ago. Like you can like pay for websites to do it now, can't you? But
Oh yeah.
years ago you couldn't. You have to do the work yourself, didn't you?
Got this whole DNA testing thingy as well.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if I want that. I don't know if I'd want that done. It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they want DNA. I think they want that genetic material. Honestly.
Yeah, they must have some sort of like record of because obviously I suspect they've probably found at least people that are known in history, shall we say. They've probably got all that stuff on DNA on record now because there's something they can do, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I do take it with a little pinch of salt, shall we say?
Mm.
But my mum spent ages doing it, and she went through I think she did do the government. Was it the registry office or something like that? And then we got everybody's like family history, and
Yes.
I can't remember what it's called now. Something like that, anyway. And she did do that once, but it's really expensive to do, and I don't think you get an awful lot of time.
No, you can go back about 500 years, and then it gets a bit kind of difficult to track certain things because records and churches were burnt and this kind of thing. You encounter all sorts of problems,
Yeah.
When you get the sort of 500-year mark.
Well, as I say, the relationships could be tenuous. There might be a genuine connection there, but it's sort of like, it can't really be proven 100%.
No, it's not easy. It takes a lot of work and a lot of planning out. You have to look at different sort of family members and different sort of areas to go to get information. It becomes a bit,
There you go there through the old. I used to doing it with the old microfiche, if you remember that sort of stuff.
What's that? Sorry,
microfiche. You had the sheets with all like information on. You used to go to the library, and you could look on it, and it was like a little backlit screen thing, and it magnified what was on the film onto the screen with a light, and you'd have a little handle to move the slightly microfiche around on a little platform.
Yeah. And of course, you go through these certain records, and it starts going into Old English. I mean, old English. It takes a bit of understanding, because it's not something we're used to.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, with mine with it's Scottish, if it's all in actual Scottish language, some of that's going to be difficult to interpret.
That's right.
You know, so yeah, it's interesting stuff. It's never something I've really wanted to go into depths myself because I've got other things, you know, that I'm sort of more interested in. But if there was sort of like something you could just go click, 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 oh yes, click, 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 boom, you know, then yeah, fair enough. But it's quite time-consuming thing.
I like to, in a way, I'd like to do it to see how it lines up regarding my dad's work. You know, how they compare. You know, and what added information it might have. You know, kind of curious to see that.
Yeah. I'll have to ask me mum again how far she got because I can't remember. I know she got quite far. Probably like you said, about 500 years or so back.
Yeah.
We got. It would have been, I think, my mum's great granddad. I think, or something like I can't remember how many generations back anyway. But no, he was like some sort of guardsman for Queen Victoria.
Yeah.
We got some medals somewhere that you got.
When you start looking back generations, you start seeing the families getting bigger because there was no sort of just people just having children, kid after kid, and there's an awful lot of young children deaths as well. You start finding kids dying of all sorts of illnesses, like sort of 5 younger than that, sometimes.
I think we've never touched on it because it's a little bit of a sore area. But my nephew's missus, I wonder if she knows much about her family tree because she's from Australia.
All right.
And I think she's mixed race Aboriginal.
Right.
So that could be an interesting side of it.
Yeah.
But we would say we've not touched it because it's it's a bit sensitive for her. So
yeah.
We got to respect our wishes. No. Be interesting to see. Did you ever used to watch that Who Do You Think You Are thing when they had the celebrities on?
No. You? No.
Yeah, no, it's quite good. I think they had people like Stephen Fry and all sorts, and they're going back to just it's all celebrities, but it was all going back to where they originated from, and some of them very humble beginnings.
When was this then? What was the 90s?
It was it must have been about the 90s.
Maybe did I see 1 or 2 or something then. But
yeah, I don't know if it's on iPlayer. I'm sure it's called "Said Who Do You Think You Are," something like that.
I don't remember that well, but I probably did see it, but I've forgotten about it.
Yeah. It might have been I don't know. I can't remember how much younger you are than me, but it might have been a bit sort of, you might have been a bit young for it maybe at the time.
I would have been, yeah. I probably would have been.
So
a good
I think it's something on. I think it's something on sort of like not late night, but sort of like 9-10 o'clock, something like that.
Right.
I'll look a minute actually, just see if I can find it. It's quite a good little show.
I remember This Is Your Life. Remember watching that?
Oh yes, I know. I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was more. That was obviously their immediate lifetime. As opposed to their ancestry.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Let me have a look a minute. See if I can find out when it was on. I'm sure it's called something like that. I'm going to have to put my fan on in a minute. Again. That's if it come up, he says. Yeah, I know, it's not that old actually. 2004 is when it started.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's not that old. Not really.
no. I thought it was older than that.
Looks like apparently it's still going. Which I didn't know. Yeah, no, apparently it's still going. Like, I forgot, I don't know who half of these people are. Vicky McClure, Paddy McGuinness, I know. Ollie Mears, yeah. Melanie, Mel C. Rose Alaling, whoever that is.
Don't know.
Don't know. Oh, and Jessica Ennis Hill. I know that name. Where do I know that? Is she an athlete or something?
God knows.
No. I know the name. Yeah. Oh, I might have to see if that's still on. See if that's still on iPlayer then, because it used to be quite good. You know, it wasn't necessarily that it was the celebrity. It was just the fact of their history in general. Do you know what I mean? So it could have been anybody. It could have been anybody on it. But yeah. I don't know what else is going on this week or this weekend or anything. You got any plans?
No plans. Working tomorrow. Sunday I've got off. So
yeah.
Don't know what I'm doing Sunday. Probably not a lot.
No.
I want to go down the market. I wouldn't mind going down the market actually. And
yeah, I wish they'd bring ours back. I mean, it wasn't very big, but it was, it was semi decent. But not had it since COVID. You know, when COVID started, it all shut down. I think a lot of the traders went out of business.
Right.
Remember the old bloke doing the flowers. Right, 2 for paid. That's all you can ever understand was 2 for £1 or something like that. And what the rest of it, he said, I have no idea.
I could take you up there if you're down this way, but I doubt that you'll be able to get down here, will you?
Yeah, I don't know when it's going to be next. I was thinking it might be next month, but I've got a lot sort of stuff slap bang in the middle of the month.
All right.
So yeah, probably won't be till, I don't know, end of September. I'll probably go down and see my folks for my birthday week, I suspect, in October. So yeah. But yeah, no, that'd be good, mate. If we said about car boots and all sorts, didn't we, and whatnot.
Yeah, it's quite good. Yeah. A lot of Eastern Europeans go there. That's sort of thing, It's kind of they're always out for the bargains, aren't they?
Yeah.
They go. They're down there in the hundreds.
Fair enough.
It's a fight sometimes to even have a look at a certain stall or something, because they're all surrounding them,
I know what it was used to like when we used to do car boots and the stuff and that as a family. That was an absolute nightmare. You'd park and these swarm of people like flocking around your damn car. It's like, well, let us get out first. You can't see what we've got until we've got out and got to the boot, and
Was it that bad?
Trying to look in at the back of our car to see what we got.
Really?
It's like, give us a chance.
Jesus Christ. Like vultures.
Mental. Yeah. I mean, that was a long, long time ago, admittedly, but, even so.
I could do one. I've probably got enough stuff I could set up.
I'd love to have a car to do it, and be able to drive and do it. Because I've got so much stuff I could sell.
I got all that. I got quite a nice sized car. All right, Jenny.
Yeah. Hey, hello.
So yeah, I got a car. I can easily do it. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of a hassle, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's getting all together. I mean, I've got stuff at the moment I'm trying to sell on eBay, and it's just no interest.
Thing is, you go down to a car boot, you don't really. It's hard to get decent money because everyone wants something cheap. You know what I mean? They're not willing necessarily
Well,
to spend a lot, are they?
yeah. The thing is to do. What I found is to set your prices a little bit higher than you would do commonly.
I did, Jenny. Yeah, I did. I'm all burnt. Face, my arms, my legs. Yeah, sorry, Jace.
No, I just say I can't remember what I was saying there. I was saying about the car boot. Yeah, you set your prices a bit higher, right? And then they think that they're getting a bargain and you're getting the price you want.
Yeah, they're always trying to barter you, don't they? You know, I'll give you a £5 for that when it's a tenner. You know.
Yeah. No, it's how much how much you want to get rid of it. A lot of the time it's just junk, and you just take it. Give us, I don't know, 50p for that. But if you're selling a bucket load of items, then the money's soon going to mount up.
Yeah, I mean you got to get what you've already spent, for buying the stall and stuff, haven't you?
Yeah.
Because you got to pay them for being there, haven't you? Whatever it is.
I've no idea how much they cost now. They're probably quite expensive.
I don't know.
It used to be something like £3 or something like that, or something daft.
I think
maybe a £5.
I think where it is where I am, it's about £12.
Bloody hellfire!
So you've got to make £12 to break even.
Yeah. The thing that always used to sell quite well, or certainly I did all right out of it, was all video games, and I expect now they sell even better.
Oh yeah.
Again, you might not get, depending on what it is, you might not get a massive amount, but
you won't. If you want top dollar, then eBay is probably your best bet.
But you do get a quick sell.
Just want to get rid of quick. I mean, it's ideal, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
we've got all them. I got about a bunch of them pop figures that I'm making space for stuff that I really want, rather than just not random collections, but stuff I'm not too worried about.
Yeah,
because I was collecting the He-Man and Masters Universe ones, but I'm not really bothered about them now.
Yeah.
And Kingdom Hearts that I had on the old PlayStation, I got a bunch of those, but again, not ones I'm too worried.
I got loads of PS1 games, Jason. I did have even more, but I sold. I think I sold a few of them a few years back. But I still have a load.
Yeah. Well, try and check out the prices before you sell them, mate, because some of them are worth quite a fair bit now.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I wouldn't be taking them to a market to sell them because I get peanuts for them.
Yeah. Forget CEX because they're useless.
Oh yeah. Don't even bother with them. But I brought these, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago. Some of them were like 20, 30 odd quid then. And now they're like over the £100 mark. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. It's because people want them.
Crazy.
Well, it's like all collectibles, isn't it? In a way, unless you're a dedicated collector, right? People get stuff, they play it, right? It gets damaged, they chuck it away, or they get bored, they give it to charity shops, blah 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 blah. They don't really think about.
You would have kind of thought maybe it might have evened out a little bit over the years because of emulation. People can pretty much acquire anything these days, can't they?
Yeah.
Download a ROM or whatever. So many ways to play old games now, but it hasn't seemed to stop it growing, or things, going up in value, has it? It doesn't seem to have done anything.
Well,
really.
I'm trying to remember the name of the game. It was. I think it was on the N64. It's not that far back, right? But I think it's Super Mario Sunshine or something like that.
That's on the GameCube.
It was.
Sunshine was on the GameCube.
Yeah. Anyway, it was boxed, sealed, never been played, and it's so like they sold it for £1 million or some nonsense like that. Absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, you're talking about the Super Mario Brothers?
Was it Super Mario Brothers? It was on the N64 anyway. Sure, it was.
No,
Super Mario Sunshine.
There was a Super Mario Brothers on the NES, which sold for about £1 million.
Did it? Well, maybe that was it. I thought it was Super Mario Sunshine.
No. It was the original.
But even that's not that far back. I mean, what 30 odd years ago?
Less than that, I'd say.
Yeah, it's not that. It was in mid-90s, wasn't it? In the NES.
The NES goes back to the early 80s.
Was it?
The original Nintendo's I think it's about 82, somewhere around about then.
Well, right, okay, because I know I'm not sure on that because I know that because I had the Spectrum in 1982, right, and that was 48K. That was 48K machine, right? That had, pretty much 9 colours on it, right? And you'd get colour clash if they didn't code it properly. And that was very, very basic machine. It wasn't nearly as advanced as the NES was. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying it. Just
Well,
trying to remember. Yeah, okay. Because PlayStation was early 90s, wasn't it?
Mid-90s, yeah, about 94, 95.
But 87 maybe?
Nintendo Entertainment System is the 8-bit home console produced by Nintendo. It first released in Japan on the 15th of July, 1983. I wasn't far off.
Oh, right, okay. I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
Blimey. I didn't realise. When you compare the two, and the Spectrum and the Commodore 64 were like the machines to have.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, blimey. Oh, there we go then. Live and learn.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I never had any.
I recently sold my Super Nintendo on eBay.
All right, yeah.
It was all boxed and it had like an arcade controller with it.
Yeah. I've still got my Commodore Amiga 1200 somewhere.
I mean, I've got an American one right in front of me, and I just thought, well, what's the point of owning two? I might as well sell one. So I kept my US one, sold my European one.
Were you able to play
300 odd quid?
Yeah, were you able to play UK titles on it at all? Be able to, mod it to
the US
do it?
one?
Or... Yeah.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, it's modded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's something I want to get back into again. Is doing the old angry gaming bit that I did a while back. I'll get back into that now. Well, I had a bit of hassle because there was for the emulators, you got a thing called Launchbox and RetroArch. And
yeah, I know. Yeah.
The last update, it messed around with the system, just did not want to work. Right? Some of them did, but a lot of the games just did not want to play. A lot of the systems didn't want to play. And they were supposedly making it easier for you because it was auto-population. So we're just loading all the, as long as you have the files in the correct folder, then it would just automatically load them all up for you and put them on your machine.
I've been revisiting the Command & Conquer series.
All right, yeah.
They've
Never got into those.
remastered the first one and the Red Alert,
All right, okay.
and yeah, I've downloaded that and I'll be playing it quite a bit
So,
this week.
well, updated graphics or
Yeah, it's not great dated graphics. You can flip between the old and the new,
that's good. Yeah, yeah,
and it's sort of like the whole score is all redone and redesigned, and it sounds almost original, but apart from a few tweaks here and there, you know.
yeah, yeah,
Yes, it's good though. It's very well done.
yeah. No, I've never been a massive fan of strategy game because it's a strategy game, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, RTS.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Never been a massive fan of those.
Yeah, I love them. I love all that.
I think
stuff.
the main one I used to play, again, it was either on the Atari ST or the Amiga. I can't remember which version I played. But it's a game called Megalomania. That was really good fun. Yeah, that was good fun. You basically, you did all your researching. It was a bit. That was strategy. It had a sort of slightly arcadey feel to it.
Yeah, yeah.
So you had basically 4 different kings or whatever, and you choose whichever one you wanted to be, and you basically researched, and it was everything from like the Stone Age to UFOs and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
That you could potentially have, and basically your main objective was to capture all the rest of the land from your opponents, and you could form alliances and stuff.
All right. Yeah.
The bit I remember is this. I think it was the Yellow King, and had a bit of a camp voice, and he's been like, "Do you want to come on my team?" Which always used to make me laugh.
I had an Amiga 32 a few years ago. I sold it now, but I never really, I never owned an Amiga up till when I got this console.
Yeah.
In the last, I guess it was the last 10 years or so.
Well,
but I could take to it. I just didn't seem to find a game which I could kind of get into. I just probably held on to it for about 5 years and I sold it. I think
Yeah. No, there's some excellent games in the Amiga. Speedball 2 was brilliant. Love that game. Whizball, even though I wasn't very good at it, I loved Whizball. Uridium, that's another good game.
It's quite an expensive one to have, that one, because you can get certain hardware where you can have ROMs on it, and stuff like this, and you can load them onto the 32. But some of this stuff costs like 200, 300 quid. When you start building up certain bits of it, it all sort of kind of adds on. A lot of money.
I think the machine was about 300 quid when I got it, and I mean that was back in the 80s.
It's still about that now, a box one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that for the mini or for the original?
I don't know. It's the 32 I was looking at. I don't know about the older machines.
Yeah.
Oh,
the CD 32.
CD one, yeah.
Gotcha. Yes, I do remember. I never had one, but yes, I know that. Yeah.
But you can load those old floppy games from the older Amiga system onto it, but you have to buy certain hardware and stuff to do that.
Yeah.
Which I was kind of interested in doing, but then I looked at the price. I thought, oh, it's a lot of money, for an old system, and
I
wasn't passionate enough over it to warrant spend. Other people might have done, but not me.
No, if I had the space, right, and this is what a lot of it boils down to, then I would do like my mate's got. I mean, he's got about 12 different consoles.
Yeah.
Right, NES, Mega Drive, Sega Saturn. I think he's got a Dreamcast. Still got a bunch of the PlayStations, Xbox. All sorts.
I can remember I had a mate when I was a kid, growing up, probably about 5, 6, that kind of age.
Yeah.
He had an older brother who had an Amiga, I used to go around his house sometimes, and he used to let you play RoboCop 2 on the Amiga. I thought that was awesome.
That's a good game. Yeah,
yeah.
Not quite as good as the arcade, but pretty damn close.
Yeah. It's kind of like Amiga's kind of take on it, you know.
Yeah. Well, obviously there were limitations at the time, anyway.
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it, the way that it's gone now. That if you go into, when you went into arcade, certainly when I was a nipper, there was always something new, something exciting. Yeah. There'd be like a sit-down thing, driving game, or something like Sega Space Harrier. When you're sitting in, it moved around and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
There's always something like that. And now you go to an arcade and it's mainly ticket-based games, where you have to try, get 1 million tickets for a bag of Haribo or something, Not quite that bad, but you know what I mean. And it's all based on like mobile games and stuff like that, and it's weird.
I don't know, is it?
Well, you got there's a Flappy Bird game with a big button that you instead of touching your mobile, you press this button to keep hovering. There's a Space Invader one, right? And instead of having just the joystick and the 2 buttons, you've now got like a cannon. So it's more like a light gun game.
Yeah.
Things like that.
I think it is a bit of a mixed bag, to be honest with you, because I've seen those types of games in the arcades. Plus, I've seen the older style with the old Sega, gun games, and stuff like that.
There are
still running.
Yeah, there are some that are still doing the rounds. But I mean, the Mario Kart arcade, which actually is really good fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting hands on that new RoboCop game for the PS5.
Not seen that. I'm way out of touch with all the games that are coming out because I've just got into retro games more. Yeah. I've not paid a lot of attention to the new systems.
I haven't got a PS5 or the new Xbox X, but I'm thinking about getting one. I'm not quite sure what to go with. I like the Xbox because it's quiet. You don't hear it very much.
No.
And the PlayStations tend to be a bit noisy, but I like the controller for the PlayStation over the Xbox.
Yeah, a lot of people said that.
It's a bit of a mix, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I probably would go for an Xbox if I had to choose.
The last thing I bought, I think I said to you before, I bought was the Switch, and I've got 2-3 games on there, and that's it.
I've got a Switch.
Yeah.
I've been playing it.
It's a good machine, but games are too expensive.
Yeah, but wait.
Even the second-hand ones.
If you get stuff in the sale, then it's not quite so bad because I go on the Switch, I have a look at the sale, and I noticed FIFA 24 was on for sale for about 13 quid.
That's still,
I get that.
I suppose
I've been playing that recently.
Yeah. Oh well, you got to remember, I'm more of the generation that games that I was buying, some of them were as cheap as, and some good games were cheap as $1.99.
Yeah, I know they were. Yeah.
I admittedly, a lot of it was bedroom coders, doing it in their spare time and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as complicated, anywhere near as complicated as it is today, because obviously you've got it's like doing a film, isn't it? You've got departments for each thing. So I get why they are as expensive as they are to an extent, but then when you think about it, a movie, right? There's probably as much work goes into a movie, and yet they're nowhere near as expensive as a game.
The lot of how it is today is because of Nintendo. You used to be able to get games cheap back then, but back then, sort of the late 70s, early 80s, there was a huge influx of different consoles being made and different games. There was no real quality control. this is what happened. This is what started the crash, which affected the likes of America, not so much in Europe. But when Nintendo came on the scene, they were able to get licenses, and have a better quality control.
Yeah.
And they basically monopolized the whole industry, which kind of saved it in a way.
Because that was
what happened. It got the ball rolling for everything after then.
Yeah.
That's.
Well,
they've always maintained a high price for gamings when they came down.
Well, that was the thing, wasn't it? It was like, with the Spectrum and Amiga, Atari, all the rest of it. You could just release the game. You didn't have to go to Atari and say, please accept this game.
Well, everything else kind of fell by the wayside, didn't it? Apart from maybe Sega, but like Atari, they went bust, didn't they?
I think they're still sort of going because they still release games and stuff, but it's just this. Well, the same as Sega, right? It's mainly games now. They don't do the hardware the same.
No.
But I'm waiting for somebody to come along and change the market, because for so long it's mainly been all right. Nintendo's held in there in their own way, but you could argue that it's more they're more of excuse me, a casual gamers or a kid friendly games primarily.
Yeah, but they're still, people think as Nintendo is the third kind of company who makes games, but they are bigger than Sony.
Yeah,
they're huge. Nintendo are massive, but they've not produced a premium console since the Super Nintendo.
No,
that was their kind of peak in a way. Anything after the Super Nintendo has always been kind of a second-rate console.
Yeah,
cheaper down things.
And you say that, and there were some games on there that were absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, yeah.
And probably the only Nintendo could get away with them.
Yeah, the Nintendo always sort of, after the Super Nintendo, they always found a way to make their cheaper systems work. With maybe some kind of angle. Like with the Wii, particularly. I mean, that was a huge success. But then it was an underpowered system. They've always been that way.
Yeah.
And they've always managed to, not all of them, but some of them.
They do seem to have to play catch up with Sony and Xbox.
Yeah, well, they produce pretty much the premium stuff, and I think Nintendo, they feel that they can do it, but they don't want to. They'd rather sit back, make an underpowered system which has certain catches to it, which make people want to come back to them.
But I like to see Sega do another console. I think now with their,
I love to see Sega come back.
With their hindsight and everything of how they marketed and everything, I think now they could go back and they could do something quite wonderful.
I don't think they will.
There's been talk about it. There's been a fair bit of talk about it.
Yeah, I know, but
then talk is cheap, as they say.
They seem to go back on their old kind of franchises a lot, don't they?
A lot of the consoles do.
They do.
How many different versions of Call of Duty do you need?
Well, that series has been done to death, hasn't it?
Tomb Raider seems to have sort of fizzled out now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
People aren't, they don't talk about it quite so much as they used to.
Well, Sega's coming back in a big way, I think, in the next year or two. They've got a whole load of franchises which they've had to get the licensing back for.
Yeah.
And like Shinobi, they're doing a Shinobi game, which I've always loved Shinobi games. I think they're brilliant.
Yeah.
And there's other franchises they're redoing. And I imagine they'll be available for like the PlayStation and Xbox when they come out.
Yeah.
They don't seem to do hardware anymore. I think it's just beyond them now. Even their games, they get other companies to build for them. Design for them.
Oh, we shall have to see. It could be, I mean, what I don't know what stage we're going to get to with because they're talking about the PS6 already, right?
Crazy,
And
isn't it?
I'm like, I was like, well, what can you? I mean, you look at how even the in-game graphics now are so realistic. It's like what at what point do you stop? Does it stop being a game and more of an interactive movie? Shall we say?
I'm surprised that there would be another generation. I wouldn't have saw that coming. I would have thought it would either be mobile gaming or maybe some kind of handheld or
Yeah,
something
people
like
still
that, than rather
people
making
still want to plug in.
a
People
machine.
still want plug in your TV systems though.
I know.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be a thing that when it'll end up, if they do it, it'll end up monopolizing the thing. But whether you just get well, it won't be a TV. It'll be like just a entertainment unit, shall we say?
Yeah.
So it'll be, you'll have your computer, it'll come with a keyboard, say, for argument's sake.
Well,
Right?
Microsoft are already doing basically a plugin you can get now. It's basically one of them Amazon Fire Sticks they give you.
Got you.
You plug it into the TV, and you can play all sorts of Xbox games on it for free, and it's all legit done by Microsoft.
All right. Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I saw a YouTube video about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe that's going to be the way to go. You literally, all you do is you just download games.
It could be. I think that'll be what they'll do. I think the console things will cease to exist eventually.
Well, I used to like when with the PlayStation. Did you ever get PlayStation magazine?
No.
The official one.
No.
You never got that with the old demo discs.
I know what you mean, but no, I used to pick up Sega Saturn one sometimes.
Yeah, no, it was you get a see. Well, right now, obviously, you just go online and you download a demo.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was like you get a CD as it was at the time, and it'd be like about, I don't know, 5 or 6 different demos on there. Just give you an idea of what games are like.
Yeah.
So you try before you buy.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing you never used to be able to do in the old days, was try the game out before you bought it, unless you went into a shop and they had the game running.
Yeah, that's right.
Spectrum, you couldn't do that. You just had to go by the magazine reviews.
Yeah.
That was that was it.
Yeah.
Which is bloody annoying. You spent 10 quid on the game and it turned out to be crap.
Yeah, I can remember having a PC in the 90s, and it doesn't seem to be quite so fast moving back then as it is now. You got the likes of Steam and all sorts of ways of playing games. Back then, you needed to have the right Windows, and your PC had to be that certain spec, and there's so many sort of things you have to have set up for video games. Now it's almost plug and play for regarding PCs now. It's a lot easier.
Oh, it is. I mean, you still got. Well, I mean, you said about the emulation, right? There is still some the software has been developed, right? So theoretically, it should work, but because the PCs at the moment aren't of a level that can interpret all the information correctly, then you get glitches and you get games that just won't load properly or this, that, and the other.
They have improved though, and emulation has come a long way.
Oh, it's getting a lot better than it was.
Yeah.
But I still don't. Well, certainly the last time I checked, and I mean, admittedly, that was about a year ago, so it may have changed a lot. But Xbox games were difficult to get running properly. You had a lot of faffing around to do. And N64 ones would work, but you'd on the cutscenes and the full motion video and everything, you'd get glitches. You'd get all these lines down the screen.
They've always had problems with N64 emulation and Dreamcast as well. There's always been a struggle. I think it's gotten better. I think there's better emulators out there now.
Oh, there are, yeah.
And they're always updating them and improving them. And I think eventually you'll probably see the Sega Saturn, actually become a proper playable emulated system in the future.
When I first started getting back into retro gaming, I was trying to run PS2 games, and they would not run. Well, when I say they wouldn't run, they were slow. They didn't have the correct frame rate because the PC just couldn't handle it. Now they work absolutely fine. So playing something like the one that I wanted to play was the old Burnout games.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was very sluggish initially, and then I updated my PC. I had to update it anyway, but I updated my PC about 3 years ago, and absolutely fine. Not a problem.
I see, like China are always making like new Pandora boxes as well, which you can buy on the likes of I don't know, online, cheap.
Yeah.
And they're improving. They seem to be getting better. PlayStation 2 emulation on there.
I wouldn't mind something like that myself. Just plug it in the TV.
It might work for you, Jason. Might be worth having a look. That Wicked Gamer, he's on YouTube. Have a look at his channel, Wicked Gamer. He's always showing videos of the latest Pandora's box or cheap things you can pick up to play old games. It's a very good channel.
Some of them you've got to be careful with though, because there's some really dodgy knockoffs.
Yeah,
and they say they're a complete game collection, and it's like, well, it's not, because you've got like 27 different versions of Street Fighter.
Yeah, I think you'll always get that.
Yeah, but if it's one of these ones where you can. Right, everything should be set up for you. That's one thing with the emulation on the PC is you've got to set it up. You've got to find all these different memory files and stuff like BIOS files to get things to work properly. I had that with running the Spectrum recently. I had to go and get about 12 different files to get things to run. And you've also got a lot of the things where they came on more than one disc. You have got disc swapping, but it's very fiddly.
Yeah.
Right? So you want something that is all set up for you. All you do, if you want to, is add new games. And it just does it all for you.
Do you have a Raspberry Pi?
Yeah, well there's stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, they're quite good.
Yeah. They are out there, but some of them are quite expensive. But then my main reason for getting it is, if I'm playing the games on my own, it's nice to sit in front of the PC, big monitor, all the rest of it, and just sit there in my comfy chair and play. Yeah. Right? But if you've got a mate come round, then obviously you want it on the big TV. Now, you can obviously use an HDMI cable to transfer it across, but it doesn't have quite the same feel as plugging in the TV and go.
No.
It's not quite the same.
No. Some consoles you can hack now quite easily, like the Nintendo Wii U.
Yeah.
That's a good console to hack, and then you can get all sorts of old school games on there if you want to play them,
Well, there is a thing out for the Switch. It's still in its infancy. It'll run stuff, and it's like a memory card, like a game cartridge.
Yeah.
No, sorry, a memory cartridge with like some sort of special software on there. And what you do is you put your games on there. The only problem is that in order to play a new game, you've got to take the cartridge out, switch your machine off, yeah, put the cartridge back in, switch it on, and then you're able to play a different game.
Right.
It's not like, oh, you've got a menu and you just reset and off you go with the next one.
Right.
But that's about 80 quid though, something like that for this gizmo to do it. Okay, yes, after a couple of games it'll pay for itself, but you know, it still sounds a bit of a faff at the moment. You just want to, like I used to do with the Wii, with the Wii that I had. I had a little hard drive.
Yeah.
You can stick, hundreds of games on the hard drive, and you just there was just like a little, the old desktop you used to have for the Wii with all the different channels. You'd have like a special channel just for that, and you go in, and then you just literally scroll through the games you had, pick a game, boom, off you go.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Anyway, that's gaming.
Yeah.
Not much. It's not much going on in the chat by the looks of things.
No, it's quite right down.
Yeah, it's one of them evenings.
Yeah.
I thought, chatting something about something a bit different as opposed to just music might, get a few people coming in and investigating, but not so much.
No.
Oh, man. I'll put my phone on a minute. Sorry.
Bit of a late stream, isn't it, this one?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, that's the only thing is, sort of. I know. You obviously, like you said, you got family commitments and all the rest of that. But I think that's the thing is people get to you used to be on it, being on at a certain time, and if you're not, they go, oh well, he's not on tonight, and go off and do something else, or whatever.
Yeah. I get that. I understand that.
Yeah. But that's why I'm trying to get this video sorted out. It's pretty much there. I just got to check for copyright, and because I had that thing the other week with one, I had 3 different videos that needed that copyright doofer.
Yeah.
So I just reversed them and I say, well, I want people to know that the tune didn't make it. And if you really bothered about that, I'm sure you can find a way to reverse the tune back to play it the other way. And it's tunes that a lot of people knew anyway. So, but no, it's just getting that organised and with this heat and everything. It's just like I start flagging a bit.
I've got so many consoles under here, like under the telly, all sorts of PlayStations and Xboxes, and there's just not enough ports on the TV to connect them all up to.
No.
I've got to connect to like a multi-switcher.
Even then, you probably won't have enough slots.
No. There's probably about 12 things here which need HDMI connections. And
you know that you've got I know you've still got Vinyl Dale up on your thingy here.
Yeah.
But now that you've gone to Digital Dale, do you think you might go back into doing gaming as well, or is it more music?
I've always thought about doing a gaming channel, like even before I started my own.
Yeah.
I always thought that would be the thing I would go into. But I decided not to for whatever reason, and I went with vinyl.
Fair enough.
Probably because I was kind of selling my collection down, you know, and becoming less of a sort of collector in gaming and sort of growing my vinyl collection, you know, and becoming more into vinyl. It's probably why I went down that way.
Do you find you go through phases of what like interests you?
I do, yeah, I do. Yeah, I find that a lot as the months pass. You know, I go from one thing to another, and then I go back, and then I think I just like that in life. You know, I find other things. You know, I sort of bounce around a bit.
I don't think I can make plenty of content about one subject, but I think I like to mix it up a bit. As I said to you, I want to start doing these gaming again, mainly for the comedy, mainly for the comedy value, because a lot of people said, you know, not my more recent subscribers, but my old, you know, my old YouTube mates, should we say, are saying, oh, you know, you need to do more reaction videos, you need to do more gaming videos, right? And yes, but it's what do I do? What's gonna? I mean, I can do it anyway because it'd be fun. But it's like, what's going to interest people? You know, do I stick to if I do the gaming? Do I stick to just the consoles, or do I, as I have done in the past, do the things like the Spectrum and the Atari and all the rest of it? You know, how far back would people want to go? Do I do 70s arcade games? You know, with the old, you know, 8-bit pixely stuff.
If I was you, I'd just do what you want to do. I wouldn't worry about what anyone wants to see you do. You know, just do what you're interested in.
It's just, you know, I'm not worried about the subs anything like I used to be. Not when I first started. I wanted to get loads of subs. That, you know, all right, I've got a bunch recently, but that's, you know, sort of an extra perk. The views are doing brilliant, right? So that's fine. But I'd like a bit more going on in the comments.
Yeah.
Not to the point that I can't answer them. Because I get, you know, you get some channels and they get hundreds of thousands of bloody comments, right? And obviously, there's no way that someone can even look at all of them, never mind respond to all of them. So I'd never want to be like that. But at the same time, it'd be, you know, getting a bit more interaction with the channel. Do you know what I mean? Because that's the thing. You know, yes, I'm getting the views. Yes, I'm getting the subs. I know, but I don't even get that many likes, to be honest. So I don't know.
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't give too much notice to what category you want to be looking at. You know, whether you're looking at like a certain console and sort of hyper focused on that, or a certain era of gaming. I would just, if I was you, if I was doing it, I would create a list of games which you want to play. You know, for whatever reason, maybe you were a kid growing up and you missed out on this game.
Yeah.
You never bought it as a kid, and you never played it as an adult. But it's always something in the back of your mind you've always wanted to play. And, and think of a list like that.
Yeah.
Maybe of 10, 20 games, or maybe even different systems. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And maybe slowly acquire them.
Yeah.
And then do your videos.
What I tended to do was I had a list of all the consoles and stuff that I could potentially emulate. Some I didn't bother with because they were just absolutely awful, right? But you know, everything from the early Ataris and all the rest of it, and BBC Micro, say, or whatever. and I would pick a system that I hadn't done for a while.
Yeah, it would have to be
And
something you have to revisit, wouldn't it? For it to work, it have to be a game you have to revisit after a long time.
Yeah. Well,
that might work.
Yeah, maybe. Because I was playing games that I'd never played, some I'd never even heard of.
Right.
You know, and just because obviously when you got the emulator, unless you go and physically look it up, and even then it's difficult sometimes. Unless you physically look it up, you don't have a manual.
Yeah.
And that was part of my fun doing it was making a complete pig's ear of the game and getting frustrated.
Yeah.
And sort of people like that because they like me losing my cool and then realizing what an idiot I was making of myself and having a chuckle about it.
Yeah.
Do you remember? There's a channel called Angry Grandpa, I think, and he used to play video games.
No, I don't remember it.
No, I'm sure that's what it was, unless I'm getting muddled up with something else. Anyway, he would do that, because his son or whatever was into video games, and he'd sit there and play them, and he'd get frustrated and get annoyed, and I think it became a bit of a parody because he was doing smashing stuff up and things like that, So I think it was all like a bit tongue in cheek. But I thought, yeah, just playing a game and having a laugh, which is what I think a lot of people take gaming too seriously now. Do you know what I mean? They get really fixated on the game, and it's like, oh, if I don't do this, I'm going to get well annoyed, and and yes, there is part of that, but I can then leave the game and forget about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas other people will be like, oh, no, I've got to play on this game for 6 hours every day until I complete the bloody thing.
Well, they're like hardcore gamers, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like to you and me are like casual gamers.
Yeah.
You
But then I've been gaming for a heck of a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll just give it a try again and see what happens. But
yeah.
I thought because I can't always do music all the time. I mean, at the moment, I've gone back to doing one video a week now, and I'd like to get a bit more out there again.
Yeah, well, one video a week's it's still regular.
Oh yeah, I don't dispute that, but
there's a lot of people who aren't even doing that.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of like the minimal requirement for running a channel, isn't it? It's putting out the one video a week.
I mean, I'll never be like Ian with the amount of stuff that he produces.
No, but for him, it's like a full-time job, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, no, definitely.
But
I can get bored quite easily, so I don't want to do the same thing every day and making a video every day, and I mean, I was doing the research for my music one, and because now there's potentially 60 songs to listen through that didn't make the top 40 because we're into the top 100 now, it can become a bit of a slog.
Yeah.
So you do a bit for the day, and then you go off and watch a film, or obviously I do my walking. You might to get out of the house, because you've got to get out of the house once a day, otherwise you go nuts.
I think it's best to come up with short lists of things you're passionate about, things which inspire you. If you have too many lists and they go on and on and on, it can become monotonous, can't it? It can become like a chore almost, where you think, oh Christ, I've got all this work to do. If some people are happy with that, that's up to them. But I kind of feel, when you're doing a video, you need to be a bit passionate about something, you know.
Oh well, yeah, obviously.
Otherwise, after a while of doing it, you'll be like, oh, I don't want to do it.
If I was just going through the motions, I'd stop.
Yeah.
I'd stop. I wouldn't do it because I like to entertain people, and it's the only way I know of how to do it is by doing this.
Yeah.
Right. And all right. Nobody's, not everybody that watches is going to like everything I do, and I'm not expecting them to, that never the goal. But if I can get one person a day, and this is what I'm saying about the comments, to know whether the person's been entertained or not. If I can get one person a day, like make them laugh, make them smile, I don't know, whatever, entertain them in general. If I can get one person a day, then I think, oh yeah, I've done a good video.
You could try and do 2 videos a week. One being music related, and the other one being video game related.
Yeah. Well, that's what I want to try and get back into doing.
Then you got something out there for everybody, or both audiences, haven't you?
Yeah, it's the research which seems to take up a fair bit of time. So therefore, I'm not constantly going, because they're doing well. Obviously, I want to keep doing them anyway, and they are fun to do, right? Even though, it's like I said, it does get a bit laborious sometimes. I think because I've been focusing on that and making sure that I'm ahead of the game, if you will, that I've not been focusing on the other stuff.
Research is overrated. Just write a list and get on with it.
Well, with the music, you have to, because you have to listen to the songs to know whether or not you want to include them or not.
Music is different, yeah. You have to sort of know a bit about the music. But regarding video games, you just come up with a list and you just just crack on with it.
I was doing a random letter generator. So you pick that, and then you pick a title that begins with that particular letter on that system.
Yeah,
you just give it a go.
Yeah.
Sometimes with it, when you do it, you play a game and you think this is absolutely dire, and you scrap the video because it's just shockingly bad. It's not a fun thing to do, right? But then you get the gem, shall we say?
Yeah.
It comes out, yeah.
I used to watch. I still tune into Bithead 1000 now and then. And have you seen his channel?
No.
It's a great channel, great video game channel.
Yeah.
Anyway, like he would sort of at the end of the show, because it is very much a show, like on his channel. He would go on, like, he pulled down this TV and he'll go into like this I don't know, Raspberry Pi or whatever he uses.
Yeah.
And he will literally, like, randomly, very blindly choose a system and choose a video game.
Yeah.
Not knowing what it is, and just play it. And then he'll give that a go for like 10 minutes.
Exactly.
Turn it off, go into some other system, play some other game. I'm going to give that a go for a half hour or so.
I was
playing games.
I was picking one system, and then depending on the length of the game, right, I would do maybe 2 games off that system for that particular video.
Yeah.
So then you got and try and do a different style maybe. So you might have so for the sake of argument's sake, you might have a beat 'em up on one hand, and then on the other one you might have a racing game or something like that. So it's different styles of thing. And I mean it was again, but I think people liked it, but just not much interaction. But It's something I like, but it's something I'll get back into again. I mean, a lot of these ideas I want to go back and redo. I still do my collectibles when I get them out now and again. I still do my record showcasing when I get them, but I'm not going out and buying things quite like I was.
No.
So, because you can buy stuff to showcase and buy stuff to showcase and buy stuff to showcase, right?
Yeah.
I used to do a thing called Under a Fiver, and it was like, you go into, I don't know, B&M's, say,
Yeah.
and you'd find a bargain for, or some sort of figurine or whatever it happened to be for under £5, and you stick it in the bag, and then when I'd got enough items, right, I'd make a bunch of videos, and it'd be like, oh, what have I got in the bag today, sort of thing, and showcase that. But now that's kind of fell by the wayside because it's just I don't want to just buy more tat.
No.
So things like the gaming, that would be nice, and reactions to videos that people have made, whatever it happens to be, whether it's music or comedy or whatever. Do some reaction videos. Actually, pick your brain, right? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make this about my channel. It's not my intention. I'm going to apologise for that.
It's all right.
But if you... Right. I've been given a number of albums to listen to. I mean, I had a bunch... yesterday, the guys, wrote a bunch of prog rock albums to listen to and bands.
Right.
So, what would be the way... Because obviously you can't present all the music because you get massive copyright problems. So how would you review or get a reaction to an album? I know some people just talk about it, but I'm wondering if I could get my reactions to things and do just only snippets
without actually hearing the audio, or I mean, without.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, this is the thing. I don't know how to do it. How it would work. Because, like I said, you can't include the whole track, and I wouldn't put people through the torture of sitting me there for 45 minutes listening to a whole album and just going, yeah, no, because that'd be boring as ass. So it's like,
I think you just have to review it track by track.
Yeah.
Unless it's audio people can hear, I don't know what you're hearing, so they want to.
No, I know that's the problem.
Your reaction in tune with the music. So,
well, that's the thing.
Work otherwise, is it?
Yeah. See, would I? Because I thought, well, if I said, "Oh, this is track number 1," and then do like little bit, I listen to the track, record it as I'm listening to it, right? My reactions, and then go, and then include sort of like 2 or 3 segments from what I've recorded, and then, talking about the track as I'm listening to it. Perhaps, I don't know.
You could do a few segments and then review.
Yeah.
The song.
So you get the facial reactions. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do a few segments where people can hear the music.
Yeah.
And see your reactions to certain little bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds worth or something.
Yeah.
And then do your review of the song. And then go on to the next track and do the same few segments.
Yeah.
And then review it.
I'll just have to try out and see. So because when you're doing this on your own, it's all off it's all off yourself. And this is why I like picking people's brains. So I bounce ideas off of people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I've never really done any kind of reactionary video. So
yeah.
you know, it's never been something which appealed to me
Yeah.
personally.
If it's just if it's just a daft video that's like a few minutes long, then that's easy. You know, because you're just sitting there, you laugh at it or whatever. Or if it's just a song, say, then yes, you could particularly put the track up there and have it playing and doing the whole song, right, for one. But not if you're doing an album.
Yeah, an album is quite a lot of work.
Yeah.
It is.
And
Yeah.
again, I wouldn't people, 5-10 minutes for a video is fine. I think anything over there, you're pushing your luck a little bit with how long people are going to sit there and watch it for. Some people
Yeah.
can do it. Some people can do it.
So, some people can talk about music very, very well.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who can't. You know, they'll just say, "Oh, it's a brilliant piece of music," and that's as far as the extent they can go regarding talking about it.
Yeah.
You know,
I know what I like.
You know what you like. Yeah, yeah.
But it's I can't do like facts and figures and all the rest of it, and this came out in this year or whatever. I not unless I go and physically research it. Some people seem to just be able to pull it out of their mind, and I wish I could do that. I really wish I could do that.
No.
But I don't have that kind of brain, and I say that I can pull pointless trivia, right? That's got nothing to do with anything out of my brain sometimes. So I was speaking to my dad a while back, and don't ask me why, but Dennis Waterman came up.
Yeah.
Right, and he was like, he was married to somebody, wasn't he? I said, yeah. And so who was it? I can't remember her name. And it's like Rulenska. And he said, how do you know that? How do you where did you get that information from? And it's just like, the way my brain works. It's weird.
Yeah. It's not for everybody, I mean, I don't think I could do anything like that.
Yeah. But I do get.
I think like
sorry,
the whole vinyl community, like showcasing records, it's very simple, isn't it? You pick up a record, you show it, you talk about it a little bit, and then you pick up something else and you show that. There's not a lot to it, really, is there?
Yeah, unless, as I said, like you said, with the facts and figures, and because people, you get the guys go on there and they go, oh, it came out this year and it was on this label and it's produced by this person and this person did the photography. I can't do that.
But even so, when people do it, it becomes boring. Anyone can read out a list of facts and figures or statistics or something for a song or an album or something like that. But people want to see your passion. They don't want to necessarily see the facts or hear the facts. They might know that already. They might know it was made in 1984 or whatever it is. It's irrelevant.
Yeah, I try and keep it simplistic with what facts I do give. So not enough, so they can then that person can then go and look for themselves, because that's the whole point of me doing the music that I do, is so that people can say, oh, yeah, I've heard about that tune, I quite like that, I wonder what else they've done, and then they go off and go down a new rabbit hole that they might not have thought about.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But now YouTube's a weird thing that in itself, isn't it? I mean, like you say, the best strategy is really just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And if someone else gets a kick out of it, great.
That's right. It has to be that way. doesn't it? Because it has to be something you're passionate about. There's no point
definitely.
doing something for someone else where you lack that passion. So it has to be about you.
I think people can tell as well. If you're sitting there just going or whatever,
of course,
people can tell it's if it's not interesting to you, then why should anybody else care about it?
That's right. If you're not turned on about something, then how do you expect other people to be the same? If you're not passionate and you can't relay that emotion,
I think sorry, carry on.
That's all right.
No, just I don't know. I lost my train of thought now. Doesn't matter. Whatever. Yeah. Anyway, just I think other subjects we can waffle on about. I don't know how long we've been on here tonight.
Almost up 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Bloody hellfire! I've been talking utter nonsense.
Yeah.
I know it's nice to just have a chin wag.
Well, this is what it's about. This is what I have to offer. Really, I don't do anything else other than it's just a hangout, really.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, I'll tell you something. Did you finish watching the Boys?
No, I haven't started. No.
You haven't started. Have you watched any of it at all?
No, you're not the only person who's mentioned that to me, actually.
Oh, right, okay. No, they just finished season 4.
Right.
You know what it's about, don't you?
I have been told, but I'm not going to relay my information because I might have got it wrong. But yeah, I have a rough idea.
Basically, superheroes, yeah. And them abusing their power, shall we say?
Yeah.
Right, that's the basic gist of it. And it's like, if the superheroes are watching over us, who's keeping them in control? Who's making sure they don't overstep the mark?
Yeah.
It's very violent. It's quite bloodthirsty. It's completely gross in some places.
I've heard.
Yeah, I mean, some of it's just. Yeah, it is. It's sick, but it's very dark humor, and you you shouldn't laugh at it, but you do.
But it's dark humor, like you said, isn't it?
Yeah. It's basically rips on all the sort of stereotypical superheroes. So you've got your Batman, your Superman, your Wonder Woman's. You've got a Flash style character. There's a Spider-Man character turns up at one point. Just all of that sort of thing, and it's just the writer that did the original series. He was just ripping on how sort of cliched and formulatic these things can be.
Yeah.
And then saying, but what's really going on behind the scenes that we don't know about?
It's a mockery of superheroes, isn't it?
It is, but there is a proper story there to it.
Yeah.
It does have serious overtones to it. But it's just silly things happen in it. It's like, what the stuff is going on here? It's like, what was all that about? It does make me chuckle. It's well worth a watch. If you like superhero films, but you kind of got a bit disenchanted with them because the amount they've been done, and or say like it's the same old story all the time.
I think this is why the series has been made, isn't it? Because of exactly that reason.
Yeah. Well, it's basically. I mean, the comic book came out years ago before the TV series was even a thing, and the fact that they've even made the show just astounded me with some of the things that go in the comic book.
Yeah.
right? And there's some bits that have been left out because I think they're too much that you wouldn't be able to get away with them on TV. And yet, what they do get away with on the series just astounds me. Just like how can you say and do that on TV? That's just so wrong. But it's funny.
It's not really something that interests me, quite honestly, Jason.
Yeah.
It's not really my bag.
No, I'm not expecting to. No, I mean, I just mentioned it because I know it's just finished, and I know a lot of people do get a kick out of it, but if it's not your thing, as you say.
No, not really. No.
I do.
I'm still catching up with the likes of Sopranos. I'm years behind.
Yeah. There's shows I've just never finished watching. Just never got around to doing it.
I've got Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones and all these things I've not watched yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I might watch some eventually, but not necessarily all of them. But
yeah.
One at a time. You can only watch so much, can't you?
Yeah, well, that's true. I do want to see I would imagine it's on streaming now. I do want to see that Bob Marley biopic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'd imagine that'd be quite good. I know some of them have been a bit watered down, shall we say, with what really went on, but they're interesting to watch. And then you sort of like you get that, and then you get like what you call a proper documentary, and you compare the two.
I've heard of a Beach Boys one which has been done, but I couldn't find it anywhere.
All right.
I had a look at the likes of Netflix and Prime to see if it was on there.
Yeah.
If I flicked through, I couldn't see anything, but there is one done.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, I might have a quick.
Yeah, because they come across, don't they, as a very sort of like jolly, like fun-loving band, summer sun, surfing, all the rest of it, and yet there's quite a lot of dark bits in it, isn't there, as well, with their history.
Yeah.
But then you get that with a lot of bands anyway. But they've got a set persona of what they're supposed to be like, and yet underneath it all, there's like more going on than you realise.
Oh, it's on Disney. That's why I didn't come across it.
Is it actually out?
Yeah, it's out. Yeah,
it's out. What's it called?
The Beach Boys. That's what it's called. Yeah.
Oh right, okay. Well, that's easy enough. I don't need to even write that down. I might have a look at that. There's something else to watch.
Yeah. It's a film, but it's a documentary.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be good. Good. Yeah. I do like that. I do like that kind of thing. I'm not what you call a history buff in the strictest sense, but there's certain subjects I find fascinating. So obviously music related, and there was one they did years ago on. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. And I'm going to have a look at that. There was a thing about Cleopatra's tomb. Right, I found that really entertaining.
All right. Yeah.
Some of the animals. Do you remember things like Walking with Dinosaurs?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got them on DVD. I used to love watching that.
Yeah, my boy likes that stuff.
Yeah, it's a bit different from just watching a standard film, shall we say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My son was all into dinosaurs.
I've no idea what the time is. I might have to call it quits in a bit because I've got my run tomorrow. Providing that, half 11. No, I'm trying to do this park run thing, and I'm not sure if I like doing it or not. I haven't decided yet. I've only done it a couple of times, but I don't know if it's for me. I want to get fit, but at the same time, it's It's
What
whether I want to go around with a bunch of other people doing it or not. I would just happy to plod around on my own at my own pace. You know what I mean?
What's this, like a run you go do around a
Yeah,
park with a group of people?
it's every Saturday down at my what used to be the old golf course down near me,
Yeah,
and I can do it. All right, my time wasn't particularly fast. It's five. I think it's 5K. I did mine in 65 minutes, so that's walking. Well, I don't, certainly not running at the moment anyway. Um, and it's trying to remember the course. Yeah, you do 3 laps. It's trying to remember it and get it in my head. Because when you only do it once a week, it's like by the time the next time comes around, you've sort of other things are in your brain. You've perhaps forgotten about it.
right.
And of
But
course,
there's
you
other people
haven't.
doing it. You just follow them, though, right?
Say?
If there's other people doing it, you can follow them, though, right?
Oh yeah. But then I get to the point where there's nobody left to follow because I'm so far behind. Do you know what I mean? I'm not that quick yet.
No.
Maybe later. I mean, it's getting me. It's getting me out of the house. It's something to do on a Saturday morning, right? Which is fine. But when it's so hot, it's a slog, and
Yeah.
I do want to get a bit quicker, but because I don't know the route properly, I'm having to stick with the marshals at the back, if you will, in order to get it into my brain the route. Because I wanted to go down and do it on my own on a separate date, but of course then you haven't got the markers out. So am I going the right way? Have I got the right idea?
Right.
But yeah, so it's whether I carry on doing that or I find another way of doing it just on my own or my Todd.
Yeah, you can do it on your own. I mean, you could find a park and then run laps around it.
Yeah.
You know, your own way. You know, whether you
Yeah.
run or
It
walk
was
or whatever.
just like the social aspect of it as well. I mean, the people don't really talk to you much, but you get the encouragement. It's like,
Yeah, well, there's other people
going.
doing it. It makes you feel a bit more at
Yeah,
ease, doesn't it?
yeah,
Like you're not on
yeah.
your own, sweating your bollocks off.
I would think we do that, mate. You do that, yeah. But no, it's frustrating at the moment because I want to get this weight off. Once I can get the weight off, then obviously I'll get fitter. I'll be able to do better times, and feel more comfortable doing it. But at the moment, it's just like, come on, weight, disappear.
It's
And it
it's
doesn't.
it's a slow process
It is.
losing
It
weight.
is.
It can
Yeah.
take some time. If you're not fit and you can basically just walk, you can't do a lot more than walking. Then it's going to take a lot of walking and a lot of time for you to lose weight and then get quicker.
But all right, I know I'm a lot older, but the distances I'm walking, I don't think 5K is an awful lot of distance. Not really. I used to do that every day. I don't know, going to school and back, plus walking around at school, walking from class to class. And you didn't think anything of it, right? I could run 5K, when I was a nipper, and oh yeah, I'm fine. But now afterwards, I get back and I'm absolutely, just walking out and I'm shattered. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, that was when you were a nipper.
Yeah,
It's different.
but you want to still be. There are people that are still at that level. I've got a friend of my mum's. She's 70, well, mid-70s, say, right? And she walks loads. She walks miles and miles and miles every day.
Yeah.
I don't know how she does it. I really don't.
Oh, it's easy when you're in a routine of doing it.
Yeah, I suppose.
It just becomes second nature.
Yeah.
I mean, I walk miles a day. And I still put weight on. You know, it only works to some degree. You know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of it's to do what you eat as well, Jason.
Oh, yeah, my diet's crap. I fully
You know,
admit that.
it's got to be. It's got to be both. It's got to be
Yeah,
dieting properly, eating right, and exercise.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now that is my problem. I don't eat a lot of what you'd call junk food because I don't eat sweets. I don't eat cakes. Right.
No.
My voice probably with anything like that is crisps.
Right.
I probably have a pack of crisps every day, and I shouldn't really. Right.
If you're eating more carbs and you're burning them, then
Yeah, I know.
yeah, it's the intake, isn't it? Which is
Yeah.
the
Well,
which is the
I've got no idea what my intake is. I don't know how you work it all out. And because of my sight, I can't look at the back of a packet and go, oh yeah, that's X amount of calories in that meal or whatever. You know,
yeah.
I could never be one that went on a proper diet, should we say?
No.
It just wouldn't work.
It's hard work because you just got to eat
Yeah.
like lettuce and all this kind of stuff. You know, low calorie things, and it's not easy to do.
No.
You know.
I mean, I'll probably get there. It just gets a bit frustrating sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
But
Well,
then,
either that or pay for a gym membership. You know.
yeah, well, there is that to do, and I have thought about getting a proper, as long as it ain't silly expensive, getting a proper fitness coach of some sort. Because what I've done in the past, is you join the gym and they give you like 10 weeks or something like that with this person just checking on you sporadically throughout. Whereas I want someone to turn around and say, right, at least, every couple of weeks saying, oh, right, yeah, no, that's good, you're doing better, right? Or have you thought about trying XYZ? And I've got to be very careful because of the aneurysm. So I wouldn't be able to do like weightlifting or anything like that because I'm not allowed to have that pressure. You know, when you're lifting the weights, you get that kind of thing and you tense up. I can't do that because if it puts like any chance to put my blood pressure up or anything and that, I could be in trouble.
Yeah. So it's got to be kind of cardio, that kind of stuff, then, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. There's nothing wrong with getting the old blood pumping, which is what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Right, and getting a bit of the old adrenaline kicking in. But I want to get to the point where it's not so much of a chore, and I can do it easier than what I can now. So
you need to be doing something every day.
Yeah. Some days I just don't feel like it.
Like jogging, cycling, anything like that. You need to be doing it every day, Jason.
Can you imagine me on a bike?
Well, yeah. But,
yeah.
You have to think of something which you can do. Swimming is a great.
Yeah, I know. I have thought about that again. Yeah.
But like I said, you need to be doing something every day.
Well, this is the. I mean, I generally speaking, as long as I'm out in the right frame of mind, I will do that 8,000 steps every day.
Yeah.
Right, but I get the odd day, and I'm just like, man, I'm not feeling it today.
It's no good.
Yeah.
It's willpower. You got to have willpower.
Yeah.
You don't have to do a lot. You can start off very small. But
that's what I did.
And building on that.
Yeah.
Is like.
Yeah. I think some of it is not necessarily the physical bit. It's up here.
Psychological.
Right? Yeah. Because I'm not too bad. You wouldn't necessarily know it. right? Unless I said about it. But I am on antidepressants, and I have been for many years.
Yeah.
And I just get this is the thing. I get days where I'm just feeling not depressed, but just low.
Yeah.
There's nothing necessarily wrong. I'm just not feeling it that particular day.
No.
You know.
Yeah.
So
Your
but
energy's
anyway,
low.
sorry.
Your energy's low.
Yeah, well, yeah, but from a mental standpoint as well.
Yeah.
I've got no energy from a mental standpoint.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But no, yeah, I definitely tried to. I think I will try and get back to the gym again. It took me a while to get into walking in the first place, right? Sort of like, no, you've got to go and do it and push yourself.
Yeah.
And even when things like you've got, I've got, I get the odd issue with my hips and stuff now and again with the pain. But once I get into it, I can walk through it, and eventually it disappears.
Yeah.
But like I've got like a chiropractor as well that I see once a month, and various other bits and bobs.
There's stuff you can do at home now. I mean, there's
Yeah.
a guy at work. He has a bike and he connects it up to his like TV, and he does
Yeah.
sort of online
Well,
cycling.
I've got no room for anything like that, mate.
You could
Yeah.
you could get yourself like a little yoga mat, and you could do exercises on that.
Yeah.
Like a gym
Yeah.
mat, and you could do exercises. You could do push-ups. You could do anything.
Yeah.
All sorts of cardio stuff you can do. Just
There are bits. It's like you said, it's going to have to be a slow build, because I'd be lucky if I do 3 push-ups an hour without getting exhausted.
well, if you could do three, do 3.
Yeah.
Just start thinking of certain things you can do, and build up from that if you can.
Yeah.
It's not, but you got, like I said, it's got to be done daily.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. If I can get, I know stuff I can try and do, but as I said, if I see a coach, and then from my ailments, if you will, things that he suggests that I can do without getting into the danger zone, shall we say?
Yeah.
Right. What I can do, good thing to do my walk, and whether it's doing it at the gym or going out and physically walking around.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in the winter. Obviously, you're not going to want to walk around in the snow and the wet, and the cold.
No, but the winters aren't like they used to be, though, are they? It's very, very moderate weather now, isn't it? All year round, virtually.
Yeah.
And I know that by what I do. I brought these on Amazon last week.
Sorry?
I brought
All right,
these
yeah.
little push-up bars.
All right, that's quite cool.
You just, you sort of using your hands against the floor. You hold on to this.
Well, they've got like a non-slidey bit on there.
Yeah, it's got like these little foam bits and pieces, and they grip quite fairly well to the floor.
Yeah, because I've got a laminated floor, so that
pick up a few bits and pieces which might sort of help and aid you in whatever you want to do.
Long as I'm not paying £85 for a plastic step.
No, you don't want to be paying anything like that. I mean, these are like a tenner,
that's nothing. Yeah, I have got some light dumbbells actually. That I could probably could use.
I mean, I got some metal ones, and I wouldn't mind some of those sort of smaller ones as well.
They're only about yay big, though.
Yeah. Just doing punches with those.
Yeah, a couple of kilograms maybe each. I don't know.
They don't need a lot. That will help. Losing weight.
People are wondering what they tuned into now. It's like fitness advice with Mr. Motivator.
Yeah, gone from video games to fitness.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I used to love doing that. The World We Fit. That was great fun.
Yeah. We'll do it
Yeah.
again. Start it up. Get your Wii
Yeah.
board out.
I have no idea where it is. I have no idea where it is. I think I don't even know where the Wii is, to be fair.
Ah,
I think
well, there you
I've still got the game somewhere. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have to have a rummage. I have to have a
Yeah.
rummage.
There's all sorts of stuff you can do. Just in your home. You don't have to. You don't have to go out too far. To
Hey, it's nice to get out though. It's nice to get out. I like walking
yeah,
around our local park. That is nice.
yeah.
You know,
Well, I don't have a lot of need for it because I'm out about walking at work every day. So
well, yeah, but I'd imagine you're quite fit, aren't you? Really, with what you do.
yeah. So
Uh,
I don't feel the need that I need to because I do it every day. For work. So
yeah,
it's regarding like
it's
a bit of weightlifting, maybe. I could
been
do at
doing that.
home. You know.
I hate to think how many miles you must do a day. You must do loads.
Oh, I must cover maybe something between 10 to 15 miles a day.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to do that. Just not think about it.
Yeah.
Fair
Yeah.
play to you, mate. The fact that you can get and do it.
I've been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm not super fit, but I'm fit enough,
Oh, damn sight fitter than I am, mate. I'll tell you that for nothing.
A bit younger than you, though.
I know, mate. Yeah, I better go because I said I normally get up about 7 in the morning, get sorted out, and then I'm out the door by about 8:15. Get down there, and then I can natter to a few people, and so then we start about 9ish. So
Yeah, that's fine. Hit
yeah,
the 2 hour mark now, anyway. So
yeah.
that's
Well, a bit different, isn't it? Not what we usually talk about, but
no.
yeah.
Every week's different.
Well, that's the way, best way to be in it. You don't want to always do the same thing day in and day
No,
out. And
no, exactly. Exactly.
all right, yeah. Cheers for hosting, mate. I appreciate you doing it. I know no one else come on, but
No,
I do appreciate it.
that's
Like I
all
said,
right.
it was just a good thing to do on a Friday night. Otherwise, I'd just be sitting here making videos or watching TV or whatever. I know.
I will start doing certain topics and stuff eventually. I'm not gonna. It's not always gonna be like this.
Yeah,
One day I'll get my act together.
that's right. Wherever whatever makes you happy, mate. That's the main thing.
I quite like running a sort of a chat.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, there's no set subjects, is it? It's just
No, I mean nobody else is doing it, are they? I mean no one else has
no,
like a hangout like this, so
no.
I think it works.
It's a good way to get to know. This is why I wish some of the others would come on more. Is getting
I
to
would.
know people a bit better
I wish
rather
they
than
would.
just
I mean, think of
you
how many
know.
channels there are out there who
Yeah,
could just drop in
yeah.
and we get to know.
Don't get me wrong. We have a good time doing Ian's channel, right?
Mm.
And we do have a good laugh, and we have a good chat afterwards.
Yeah.
But it's mainly focusing on the music and what we've got to show.
Yeah.
Whereas I just it'd be nice for us all just to have a general chin wag. I know,
Yeah.
I know, I know. I talk over the top of people, and I try not to do it. I don't know why I do it, but I try not to. But just let someone, if they've got something they need to get off their chest, without delving into politics and all that and the malarkey. I don't want that.
No,
But
you
just
don't.
day
You
to
don't
day
want that.
life, shall we say, day to day life, or they've done something that they just want to share.
Yeah.
Outside of music. Oh, I went to, I don't know. I went to see our local town crier today. Or there was some blokes doing Morris dancing or whatever. Yeah, it's a bit. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it's a bit of a giggle.
Yeah. I mean, it can be a little bit slow sometimes getting things off the ground, but once you hit a certain subject, you
Yeah,
then lead to some other subject, and you're away, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think some people are a bit put off by that, thinking, "Oh, I don't know what to say," and you know what I mean. There's no
Yeah.
structure to it. It might deter certain people,
I suppose everyone's got sort of got their niche and what they feel comfortable talking about most.
Yeah, I think like when it comes to showcasing certain things, they feel kind of like, well, at least we have that in on the show. I can show records on. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you got something to fall back on after, however long of being on here chatting away. You think, oh, we can show records now because it's that time we show this niche. As this is just completely freelance, isn't it? We just talk about anything. It's not going to be for everybody. That's what I'm saying.
That's right. Like I said, we have a bit of a laugh on here and have a bit of a joke.
Yeah,
I'm feeling I'm getting to know you better as a result.
Yeah,
I know we met up and we went out, but that was like one time.
Yeah. And we'll do it again, no doubt, Chase.
Yeah. It was good doing it. It was good, meeting up.
It was a nice day, wasn't it? It was a nice day.
I know we didn't do an awful lot, but I mean, we didn't need to. We just, a couple of record stores, have a bit of grub, general chit chat.
Yeah, that's it.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, I could take you somewhere else next time. If you got a bit more time or something.
Well, if I know the places as well, and just say for the sake of argument, I come down one time and you didn't have any time off or whatever, then once I know where they are, I can go, oh yeah, I can, that's the place me and Simon went, and that's a good place to go. That's another thing, especially if there's part of the problem is my mum and dad, they can't travel far, right? Because my dad doesn't really enjoy driving anymore, right?
No.
My mum is fine, but our main thing is like going down the beach, having a swim, taking the dog for a walk, all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And yes, they do take me to places, but we spend maybe an hour or so doing it, and then we travel back, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. They're in their mid-70s and all the rest of it, so they're not quite up for doing stuff.
No.
But I mean, even if it was like jumping on the bus, say, and me taking myself in somewhere, if I knew it was easy enough to get to, or even Uber for that matter, But yeah, no, anything like that, mate. You think places, and even if it's because I'm not, it's not just music. It's I don't know if there's like some sort of event on or something like that.
Yeah, keep your eye out. There's something local. You
got like Richard and Nick and Ian going off and going to bits and pieces and doing things and various shows.
Yeah, that's right.
Or
I could take you down to Worthing and have a look down there one day.
Yeah.
There's a few.
I want to see what happens with that new centre in Bognor. Have they started? I don't think they've started even work on it yet, have they?
No, they haven't. No. Yeah.
Yeah, which is annoying. I have been there in that Regis Centre. They had a wrestling event on there, which was different seeing there because it was at like the front, so everyone was seated and the stages,
It's one weird old building, isn't it? Have you seen it?
I mean,
I think they developed that in the 80s, but it's always been a real mishmash of a building. That is.
Yeah. We've seen some of the pantomime back when the kids were young, my sister's kids and that were younger. We used to go to some of them, take them down to the pantomimes and stuff. They were quite good fun.
Yeah.
Silly, but as pantomimes are, but the kids loved it, so that was the thing.
Yeah. Worthing's a good place to go to, anyway.
Sorry?
Worthing's a good place to go to.
Yeah. I think I have been there before, a long time ago, but yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, you know, and like I said, I mean, I'm happy to put my hand in the old pocket for parking and petrol, whatever. You know.
Yeah, come to some arrangement. I'm not worried about that. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not bothered about that.
Well, mate, we'll have a think anyway. As I say, I don't know when it's going to be exactly, but yeah, I will be down again.
Yeah, just let us
In a
know
few months anyway.
nearer the time. Let me know. We'll go from there.
Okay, mate.
All right, mate.
All right, yeah, I think it's time to call it a night because I'm shattered now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting late now.
Right.
Right.
All right, folks.
See you later.
See you later, folks. Bye.
Bye for now.